honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow Goyans, good morning. How do you make holy water? Pardon me, Your Eminence. You boil the hell out of it. Now that I have your attention, on a more serious note. To be sympathetic is to have feelings of pity and sorrow for someone else's misfortune. To be empathetic is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Now, compassion is defined as sympathetic feelings or concern for the suffering or misfortune of others. Between these three virtues, can you choose the one most needed to lead a Christian life? The best answer is compassion. Although these virtues may seem very similar, they contain different emotions and meanings. Sympathy is a virtue we possess in order to feel sorry for a person. For example, when their dog dies, we tell that person, "I'm sorry for your loss." Similarly, we use empathy in order to place ourselves in a person's position. We would then say, "I'm sorry your dog died. I'm here for you because I've been in a similar situation and know how you are feeling." Through compassion, we're able to not only place ourselves in someone else's shoes, but we're able to walk side by side with them through it all. We feel their grief, sorrow, pain, joy, happiness, etc. In other terms, sympathy is used to be there for others. Empathy is used to be there with others, and compassion is used to be there as others. Each emotion takes a deeper step in our relationship with mankind. Compassion is one of the many Christian virtues we must cultivate in order to overcome a world of violence and chaos. We can cultivate such virtues of compassion and peace through one simple quote: "Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it." Psalms chapter 34, verse 20. This seems easy enough, right? Not quite. In our society, we are more susceptible to less obvious forms of evil, such as mindless video games, subtle movies, and songs. Our subconscious is constantly being attacked without us even realizing it. How is it possible to prepare and defend against something we do not even realize is attacking us? It is because of this question we must cultivate Christian values. One way to do this is through prayer and fasting. Of course, we all learned in Sunday school we must constantly pray and keep the fast. So at this point, it is a sort of white noise in our lives. But the church fathers wouldn't emphasize this so much if they didn't truly believe it would work and hold such a strong place in our lives. With prayer and fasting, God gives us the strength to voyage for those Christian virtues we so eagerly search for. These are the first steps to understand that God is good, and so is all that He has given us, if we just open ourselves to Him and His creation. We use these virtues to help ourselves and others connect to God's creation, as well as overcome the violence and evil of the world, even if it is just through a senseless movie. We all yearn for something greater than ourselves. It is natural to have something in us say we want more. The question is, more of what? Of course, we're able to fill our restlessness with materialistic things. But it is when we realize that we're missing something more and greater that we come to yearn for God. We are restless until we rest in Him. So says St. Augustine. Christian virtues are a temporary filling for what we cannot yet obtain, and that is why they are so important. While Christian virtues help us to extinguish evil in the world and work towards God, they also help the relationships in our lives. It is a win-win to be able to grow closer to God and at the same time grow in the relationships that our lives are based on. A wise man once said, "The quality of one's life is directly related to the quality of relationships in their life." That man is my mentor, the Father. Hearing this all my life, I began to think of the truth in these words. If one can acquire the Christian virtues of compassion, peacemaking, self-sacrifice, and love, the quality of a person's life will be much greater. This past summer, I participated in Project Mexico, an organization that builds homes for the underprivileged. The week began as simple labor, and by the end, I was able to take a step back and realize what I had accomplished. Although I joked about holy water at the beginning of my speech, it was during the Ayasmo, holy water blessing the home, that tears were brought to my eyes, witnessing the joy, love, and appreciation that my small sacrifice brought to this young family as we presented them with their new home. This was one of the times I truly experienced Christian virtue seemingly hold in my life. One final thought to consider. If God is with us, then who can be against us? Thank you.